with the hotel, with all the tourists and everybody walking in. So welcome, this is our little home, our baby. So Henry Jacques is actually what started out, this is the first standalone boutique in the world. The brand actually started in 1975, and it was only perfume made for royalty, and we only did bespoke perfume. So I think all of you are very privileged today to be standing in a boutique which is modeled after a historic Parisian apartment, and also being able to try out later all the different scents. Okay, so first of all, let me bring you through the boutique. Maybe after the short presentation, I would like to invite everyone to touch and feel the boutique, because I think it's only through touching and discovering you get to know the brand. So when you first step in here, one of the key highlights that I would like to actually bring to everyone is that this entire boutique was actually conceived and built in France. So the brand and the people, they are very particular about craftsmanship. So the only way they could actually maintain this high craftsmanship of the French culture was to have the entire boutique built in France, vacuum pack it, and then ship it to Singapore, and then reassemble it here. So everything from, like you see the ceiling here, it's 24K gold leaf. You see, so everything is done by hand. The woodwork that you see here is actually all old solid oak wood. And what's very beautiful is when you first come in, your eyes actually draw you to that shelf there that you see, and that's what we call the perfume organ. It's actually modeled after the perfume lab that we have in Grasse, which is in the south of France. And unlike any other perfume store, when you first walk in, you're not greeted by like rows and rows of perfume, but it's more like stepping into your friend's home and then, seeing just some few bottles and then waiting to discover more and more perfumes. Like for example, we have little treasures such as these. These are all antique perfume bottles in antique chests which have been sourced from the past. So later on, when I really like to invite everyone to just touch and feel and know the brand a little bit more. And as what I mentioned earlier, this brand was founded in 1975 as only bespoke perfume for only the royalty. So we are the first standalone boutique in the world. And when they first had the boutiques, they decided, okay, we will now launch not only bespoke, but bring the perfume to be a little bit more accessible to the people. So that's when we launched the range of Les Classiques, which is 50 cents in total. And these are what we call the retail collection. Means you're able to come into the boutique and actually buy one of these bottles of perfume here. And what's very notable about Henry Jacques as well is that we have more than 3,000 formulas in the lab. I think that is also something which is not seen in any other normal perfume brands that you have nowadays. And with all our perfume as well, there's no alcohol, so everything is actually pure essence, and it's taken from ingredients that we source from all four corners of the world. So later on, maybe I will bring all this there so you can actually try it out and choose your favorite scent. Okay, shall we move on in?
Sure.
Just take a seat here, make yourself feel comfortable. This is actually like a home. So it's like coming into someone's home. It's very cozy. Yeah, thank you. So even like all the furniture that you see here, the walls are all antique mirrors. And all details are actually really, they pay attention to close details. Like even the walls here, these are not wallpaper, but these are flannel clad walls. So just touch, it's actually actual fabric. Yeah, and this fabric that you see here on this couch that you'll be sitting on later is actually a very famous, use the same manufacturer as MS. Yeah, so take a seat. Just take a seat, don't worry. Wow. We've got more treasures for you all to discover in a bit. Yeah. 70, yeah. Sing dollars. So what you see here is also our crystal bottles. So everything at Henry Jacques is done in-house. Everything from the mixing of the perfume to the bottles and everything. All these creations are hand-drawn by our creative director. And then these are all actual crystals which have been blown. Yeah? And when I mentioned about little treasures of the boutique, right? There's another one that I would like to draw everyone's attention to. This is actually an antique chest which houses many beautiful bottles of perfume. in 24K gold leaf. These bottles are all 24K gold leaf.
Are they for sale?
Yes, these are for sale as well. And of course, we have all this retail collection, but we also go back to the brand's roots, which is bespoke perfume, is what it first started out. So guests and clients are able to have a bespoke consultation in our boutique. So what happens is someone comes in, they have an in-depth conversation with our boutique consultants to know what they're looking for and everything. So all the information is actually collected and then brought back to the labs, where they actually do formulate 3 samples, and 3 samples are then sent back again to Singapore to be presented to the client, for the client to say, hey, is this something close that what I'm looking for? And so then they start fine-tune from there. Yeah, and then the process is actually, I mean, it's not too lengthy, it's about 2 to 6 months, where a client gets their own bespoke perfume. Of course, you get to name the perfume, and for 2 years, that's kept exclusive for you. So we're not allowed to sell anyone's bespoke perfume for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that one, the price starts from about 46,000 Singapore dollars onwards. Yeah. Whereas the retail collection that you see here, it's available 15 ml and 30 ml, and the prices for the 15 ml starts from 770 Sing dollars onwards. Yeah. So come, let me introduce you to the very first scent of Henry Jacques. That's Rose Snow. So Henry Jacques and roses have a very close relationship because he does the most beautiful rose. He uses like Turkish rose, Bulgarian rose, and this is the very first bottle of rose scent done by Henry Jacques, Rose Snow. And you can see, because it's no alcohol, it's all the pure essence, you can see that it actually like crystallizes. It's not actually,
So how should they be stored then?
Normal room temperature is okay actually.
Do they need to be kept in the dark?
As long as there's no direct sunlight,
No
it's
direct
fine.
sunlight, it's fine, yeah. And also with the brand, we want to actually bring back the whole elegant way of perfume wearing. So you see there's no sprays here. So nowadays, unfortunately, perfume has become very rushed, very much like a duty-free item. You go, before you board your plane, you rush to the shop, you just grab something, or before you dress up, before you dash out of the house for your work, you just spray. So here you don't have it. You have it all in oils, essential oils, so you actually have to dab at your key points, and it really brings back the elegant gesture of perfume wearing. It's taking a picture of lens.
This one is rose.
Rose Snow.
Rose Snow.
Rose
This one
Snow.
has got French roses,
Rose
vetiver, and iris. And then, this is a different.
Oh, this is a different one, is it? Someone can sit here actually.
It's okay, it's okay.
You sure?
Sure.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, well, you are VIPs.
Oh,
Focus on them.
there's no problem. All of us are VIPs. Once you step into the world of Henry Jacques, we treat everyone like VIP. Yeah, bespoke VIP.
Everyone like a royalty.
Everyone's royalty. This brand used to serve the royalty. We still serve the royalty now. So, everyone's royalty here.
This one? Which one?
Smells like cake.
It's actually French roses, vetiver, and iris. Yeah.
What is this?
And I've got another scent here which is very popular in Singapore. This is actually with white flowers, tobacco, and sandalwood, and also amber.
Oh yes, this is nice.
Looks like you found your favorite. That's fast.
Real floral or musky? So musky.
Smells like
Lemongrass?
Then how to know which perfume is suitable for us?
Okay, so normally what we do is if you have a client who comes in, we'll start talking to the client and say, hey, do you like something more floral, more musky? Because everyone's very different, and then we give them a few different perfumes to actually try out. Because what you smell here, again, and when you apply on your body, or what smells good on her might be a little bit different from me, because perfume is very personal. It also differs from body temperature. So what, for example, Rose Snow might smell like on her, might smell a little slightly different when it's applied on me. So you have to try it actually, and we always encourage our clients to come in, have tea, don't feel pressurized, come chit chat, find the fragrance which suits you the best.
And we also have this which is popular amongst the men client. This one has got bergamot opening with leather and tobacco.
And with our fragrance as well, we don't really classify them to men's fragrances or female. It's all unisex. It's really what you like and what you gravitate towards.
Sorry.
This is Cabianca, which is the bestseller in London, Harriet's. It has got violet and raspberry opening. It's a very it's a very soapy scent.
So we're the first standalone boutique in the world, but we currently have a point of sale within, first standalone boutique in the world. But we also have a boutique, not boutique, I would say it's a shop-in-shop in Harrods, and also an apartment in Paris, but that's by appointment only. So if you're talking about standalone boutique, this is the first in the world.
And you only have one outlet in the whole Singapore, is that right?
Yes. Because we still want to keep it very exquisite, you know, so we don't want to, like, you know, that's why also for the longest time there was no standalone boutique.
How many branches so far?
This is the first standalone boutique in the world.
In the world?
In the world. So in Harrods in London, we have a shop-in-shop, but that's within a department store. But like a standalone boutique concept, this is the first in the world.
So it's a counter in London?
Yes, it's like a
kiosk-ish.
it's a kiosk, shop-in-shop.
And then this one, I think it's also a very unique scent. It's a beautiful one. It has got amber, rose, and sandalwood.
Not yet. You want the best
Which perfume is the most favorite?
favorite.
What? Sorry?
Favorite.
Oh, the one which is
Oud, right?
oud,
This one.
which has got white flowers, tobacco, and
I'll let you
sandalwood.
smell it. See
The
if you like
bestseller?
it. Bestseller,
Yes,
yeah.
for ladies, and then for the men one, I've passed to you earlier on.
This one.
This
one?
the second
This one?
scent. This is the second scent that I've
This is
passed
very
around.
yeah,
popular.
yeah.
Mm.
That's right.
Very readily acceptable, I would say.
And then
yeah.
agar wood is also a very prized
Oh, yeah.
ingredient of the house.
This one you guys have to smell.
So this is one of the more expensive, the higher priced amongst all the 50 classic. It has got Diana wood and rose.
The Chinese believe that this one brings good luck
Agar wood.
Thank you.
and brings fortune. So there are some people who buy it and then go to the casino after that.
This reminds me of whiskey.
It's a
It's a
scent.
little bit heavier on
It's
the.
very peaty. I'm talking whiskey terms.
No, but it's true. And then during our opening, Dato' Michelle Yeoh actually was here
As a friend,
as a
yeah.
friend. So this was the
What
scent
about
that she
Lady Gaga?
picked.
Oh. Not yet, not yet, not yet.
It's a very unique scent with rum in it.
How long has this store been open?
We opened in early, no,
6 December.
6 December.
6 December,
Yeah, to be
last year.
exact. Yes, and then we had our opening event in January.
Still new.
Yeah, so it's relatively new. Yeah, so she came as a friend of the brand. She graced the occasion, and it was also attended by Mr. Henry Jack himself, his wife. His wife is the lady who's also behind the lab in France, and the entire family. The daughter now actually runs the brand. She's the CEO of the brand, and he's Ramona. So father and mother came with the daughter, and as well as our creative director, Christophe. Yeah.
Sorry?
What's the name?
Selima.
Selima.
Yeah.
Oh, Selima.
Yeah.
Malay name.
What's the ingredient this one? Sorry.
This one has got rum in it.
Rum.
Yeah.
It's got orange raspberry.
She's a favorite so She's a favorite so far.
Yeah.
Any certain perfume for men?
We can show you the ones which have been slightly more popular.
The one that I've passed one of them around, I will show you again.
It's much for men.
More popular with
More
More popular,
Mm.
yeah. But our perfume are all unisex, so actually there are women who likes more masculine
Yeah.
scent. Otherwise, it would be this Ulysses Blue Man. It has got lavender and grapefruit opening, with pink pepper and white anise. It's a very summer scent.
That sounds interesting.
One of the more unique scents.
Actually, like this.
Oh, okay, sure.
This is Ulysses Blue Man, was it?
Yeah.
Kind of like
We're confused.
too many, right? Sometimes you start smelling.
It's very breezy.
It's a
Very light.
summer.
Siapa nak
Yeah.
kopi? Siapa nak kopi, latte, cappuccino?
It's more like refreshing. It's not too.
Too heavy on the.
It's not
yeah.
a typically male scent.
Yeah. It's because there's alcohol, it diffuses, so it spreads. But with Henry Jack essences, when you actually apply, it's very nice. So only the person who's very close to you, sitting beside you, can actually smell it. Yeah.
It's a very long wearing.
Yes, it's very long wearing. Yeah.
Because it's oil.
Because it's oils, yes. So be careful not to actually dip in your clothes because it might stain. Because these are all pure oils. Yeah.
So, where is the best place to have?
Go with some clients.
Here.
Yeah, or behind.
And then at the back of
At the
your
back,
room.
yeah.
This one is lavender, and also it has vanilla.
Smells like dessert.
Yeah, it's the vanilla is pretty strong towards the end. So, but it can be quite masculine.
Hah? Mana tu? Jom mana? Nama apa? Nama apa? Jangan dekat. Cok. Kayu, kulit
I personally like all the rose range because I think it's what.
That's one of the first ones that you showed us, right?
Yeah. Oh, let me show you one more bouquet. Can you show them that Henry Jack, what he uses himself?
Concealer bouquet.
Sorry, how many range you guys have again?
We have the bespoke and then we have the Le Classics. So Le Classics actually consists of 50 cents, which are retail collection. You can just come and you can purchase it. Bespoke, we will need to actually sit down with you to go through a consultation process. Yeah.
How long is a regular consultation process?
You mean the actual consultation here in the boutique?
For
It needs
bespoke ones.
from about 2 hours, 2 plus. We recently have a bespoke. How long did it take for that?
2 sessions of 2 to 3 hours, but
Yeah.
So back and forth process will be like, say, 2 days. Like say, you go back, consult, and then we have to...
you mean the whole process, including receiving the end
Yeah.
products, probably about 3 months.
About 3 months.
Yeah, but a lot of brands actually take about 9 months for bespoke services. So for Henry Jack, it's actually pretty fast. This is a scent that Henry Jack himself uses.
Okay. Because all of the mixing and
It has
everything is
got
not
pine
done here,
needle.
it's done back in France. Yeah.
You have a customer. So how often does a booking customer come in and say, I want to buy something from you? Is it very regular?
We've got some people who come in already knowing the brand. Some people who come in and because of the way the boutique is actually decorated and everything, they don't really know it's perfume. So they come and say, sorry, what do you sell? Is it like essences? Because I see bottles and everything. So it's actually quite an interesting mix. Locals as well as tourists because of where it's situated as well within the hotel.
And since it's a standalone boutique, so it allows you to give you that kind of experience.
Yeah, correct. So we want the clients to feel not really like it's in a traditional brick and mortar actually boutique, but more like in an apartment, a very loungy, a very homely and cozy environment. Yeah.